Archangel Michael has chosen you. Watch this September 10 message if you've been feeling spiritually drained lately. September 10, a divine marker, etched in the scrolls of eternity, sealed in the chambers of heaven before time began. This is not an ordinary day. This is not just another date on the calendar. September 10 carries weight in the spirit realm, a prophetic portal, a moment of holy realignment, a sacred window where heaven leans close to the weary soul. This date was etched into the heavens long before your struggle began. It was reserved for the weary, for the drained, for the chosen who have been walking silently through valleys of invisible warfare. You are not listening to this by accident. There is no such thing as coincidence in the realm of the Spirit. This is divine orchestration. Heaven has called time on your suffering. Archangel Michael, the Prince of Heaven's army, now steps forward. Not for everyone. Not for the proud. Not for the passive. But for you, the one who has felt drained, unseen, and spiritually ambushed. The one whose fire has dimmed, but not gone out. The one who's been pressing forward with trembling hands and tear-streaked prayers. September 10 opens a divine moment, not loud, but silent. Not thunderous, but still. This word does not come with fanfare. It comes in whispers. It arrives through the stillness, through the fatigue, through the heavy moments when you feel God is quiet and the heavens feel close. But Michael does not respond to noise. He comes for the quiet spirit. He comes for the soul that has been still, patient, and lowly. And if you are listening to this, it means your stillness has spoken louder than the screams of this world. Your waiting has triggered movement in the heavens. Your silence has summoned an answer. September 10 is not your breaking point. It is your divine marker. It is the day God earmarked for your rescue. A heavenly warrior has been dispatched. A shift has already begun. This message comes with urgency, not fear, but holy alertness. Because when Michael steps in, things change. Realignments happen. Darkness flees. This is not motivational fluff. This is prophetic truth. You are being chosen, not just comforted. You are being repositioned, not just restored. Type I receive in the comments if this word finds you. Heaven has marked you. Blessing code 444 has been activated. Before the sun sets on September 10, something will shift in the spirit. Do you hear it? Do you sense it? The air around you has already begun to stir with unseen movement. The heaviness pressing on your chest, the exhaustion weighing down your soul, the unexplainable drain that has stolen your joy, all of this has not gone unnoticed. The heavens have watched, and heaven has moved. Archangel Michael, the commander of heaven's hosts, now steps into your story with flaming sword drawn, declaring that your battle is not yours alone. This is no ordinary interruption. It is a divine interruption. The invisible chains you thought would never break are beginning to crack. The cloak of despair that wrapped itself around you is being ripped apart by a flood of light. You are not just being comforted. You are being delivered. You are not merely being encouraged. You are being equipped. The atmosphere around you is trembling, for Michael has whispered your name into the courts of heaven, and heaven has responded by sending armies of light to surround you. But understand this clearly, this word is not for everyone. This call is selective. This message has been sealed, wrapped, and preserved for the one who has been under silent pressure, for the one who has been carrying invisible battles, feeling unseen by people yet fully observed by heaven. If you are listening now, if your spirit burns with recognition, then know this: you are chosen. You are marked. You are not forgot. The Spirit of God declares that before September 10 closes, a veil will lift. The confusion you've carried will be met with clarity. The fatigue that has drowned your prayers will be pierced with renewed fire. The discouragement that whispered quit will be silenced by the roar of heaven saying, rise. Michael has been dispatched to cut through the fog that has blinded you. He comes not only as a warrior, but also as a defender, a guardian, a protector sent to ensure you do not fall in this hour of testing. Child of light, I must warn you, when heaven moves, hell trembles. You may feel resistance. You may feel sudden waves of doubt, unexpected distractions, or even strange opposition rising. Do not misinterpret this. These are signs of the shift. The enemy always stirs louder when he senses heaven's decree drawing near. But you are not left unguarded. Michael himself, heaven's chief warrior, stands at the threshold of your battle. His wings stretch over you. His sword of flame flashes on your behalf. His shield of divine justice covers your soul. So lift your head. Open your heart. Receive this word with trembling reverence, for what is coming is not light, it is glory. What is descending is not weakness, it is strength. And what is rising from within you is not exhaustion, it is empowerment. By the close of September 10, your environment will no longer feel the same. The unseen will become tangible. The weary will become strong. And your name, your very name, will echo in the chambers of heaven as chosen. You are surrounded. You are defended. You are carried. Type I am covered in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 717 has been released over your life. There is a reason you have been feeling spiritually drained. It is not random. It is not weakness. It is not a flaw within you. What you have been walking through has a mystery attached, a layer hidden beneath the surface, a spiritual disruption that many around you cannot see. You have felt betrayed, perhaps by people you trusted. You have heard whispers, gossip, and quiet criticism carried out behind your back. You have noticed eyes that watch, but do not understand, people who see fragments of your journey, but not the whole truth. And yet, even with their whispers, they cannot see the full picture of what heaven has already ordained for you. Someone has been doubting you. Someone has been questioning the authenticity of your calling, your anointing, your faith. But let me tell you this. The doubt is not evidence of your weakness. It is evidence of your weight in the Spirit. The more significant your assignment, the greater the pressure against it. The confusion, the unrest, the fatigue you feel in your body and soul is not coincidence. It is the reflection of spiritual currents shifting. What you sense in the natural is a faint echo of what is already clashing in the unseen. This is why you feel torn between clarity and fog, between joy and despair, between peace and agitation. The tug-of-war within your heart is not a sign that God has abandoned you. It is a sign that heaven's armies are on the move, and the enemy is fighting to steal your strength before the breakthrough manifests. There is no such thing as random spiritual fatigue. Weariness in this season is the shadow of a greater unveiling. And you, beloved, are at the center of this unveiling. You may not have seen it yet, but even in your silence, heaven has recorded your endurance. Even in your tears, Michael has heard your name. Even when you felt your prayers were too weak to reach past your ceiling, they struck the courts of heaven with power. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are not invisible. You are chosen. But let me press this further. Do not be surprised when those around you misunderstand you. Do not be shocked when their silence toward you becomes louder than their words. There are eyes watching, waiting, curious about what will come of you. Some are silently hoping for your failure, while others are secretly amazed by your resilience. They see parts, but not the fullness. Only heaven sees the whole. The disruption you feel is heaven tearing the veil. It is heaven breaking the cycle. It is heaven shifting you from exhaustion into empowerment. This is why your spirit has been restless, why your heart has been heavy, why your soul has longed for something more. September 10 marks the turning point, the day when what has been hidden in mystery begins to make sense. So stand in this truth. What was meant to drain you is being exposed. What was sent to confuse you is being revealed. And the very exhaustion you thought would break you is the very proof that heaven has marked you for breakthrough. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 1122 has now been released over your life. The weariness you have been carrying has not been random, beloved. Do not mistake your drained spirit for weakness. What you are walking through is not an accident, nor is it simply the heaviness of life pressing in. It is warfare. It is the clash of heaven's decree against the enemy's resistance. The conflict around you, the turmoil within you, the pressure pressing on every side, these are not signs of defeat. They are confirmations that your destiny carries weight too heavy for the kingdom of darkness to ignore. When Archangel Michael steps forward, it is never for trivial matters. His presence is reserved for moments when the enemy has crossed lines, when destinies are at stake, when chosen ones are under siege. And hear this clearly, the fact that Michael has drawn near to you is proof that what you are experiencing is warfare over your future. Your soul is being fought for. Your assignment is being contested. Your life carries a ripple effect in the spirit that the enemy desperately wants to shut down. This is why the exhaustion feels relentless. This is why the spiritual drain has not let up. It is not because you are failing. It is because you are advancing. You are standing on territory that hell does not want to surrender. Every tear you've cried, every sleepless night, every moment you felt abandoned, these are not wasted. They are battle scars that testify to the fact that you are not ordinary. You are chosen, and chosen vessels do not walk easy paths. They carry crosses, They endure storms, and they stand under pressure, but they are never left unguarded. Heaven has eyes on you. Michael has been dispatched not only as a warrior, but also as a witness. He watches the posture of your heart, the way you respond in silence, the way you endure without lashing out, the way you trust when answers seem delayed. Every act of faith in the middle of your warfare has been noted in heaven's record. Your patience is not overlooked. Your silence is not wasted. Your restraint is not weakness. It is strength cloaked in humility, and heaven honors it. Child of destiny, I tell you this with urgency. The enemy is not fighting you because of who you are right now. He is fighting you because of who you are becoming. Your future frightens him. Your destiny terrifies him. The impact you carry is so dangerous to the kingdom of darkness that attacks have been permitted to test your resolve. But Michael's arrival proves the test has a limit. It cannot break you. It cannot consume you. It cannot take what God has already sealed over your life. So reframe your conflict. This is not the end of you. It is the unveiling of you. This weariness is not weakness. It is warfare. And if there is warfare, there is victory, because Michael does not fight battles heaven has not already decided. The war over your destiny is loud, but the decree over your destiny is louder. You will not be overcome. You will rise, and you will carry what God placed inside of you into fullness. Stand still, for you are surrounded by the armies of light. Lift your eyes, for your conflict is confirmation that you are chosen. And let your weary heart rest in this eternal truth. You are covered. Type "I am protected" in the comments if this word speaks to you. Blessing code 1414 has been released over your life. Beloved, lean in closely, for this next part is not light, it is weighty. The Spirit reveals that plots have been forming in silence against you. Whispers have gathered, unseen intentions have moved behind the curtain, and traps have been set where you least expect them. The pressure you feel is not just past warfare, but the sound of an impending storm preparing to break. This is not said to frighten you, but to awaken you, for heaven never leaves the chosen unprepared. Archangel Michael does not arrive empty-handed. He arrives with both warning and weapon. Within 72 hours of September 10, something will attempt to confront you. This confrontation may not look the way you expect. It may not come as a visible enemy standing before you with words of malice. It may arrive in subtle ways. A conversation laced with hidden intent, a sudden temptation meant to provoke you, or a moment where pressure feels unbearable and silence feels impossible. This is the hour when discernment must be your shield. Heaven's warning comes before the strike, so that the chosen do not stumble unaware. The Spirit is whispering, do not react quickly. Do not rush into defense. Be still and watch. For the confrontation is not about the surface matter, it is about your destiny. The enemy wants to lure you into emotional traps, to drain the little strength you have left, to pull you into battles that are distractions from your true calling. But hear me clearly, you are not called to fight every battle. You are called to stand under the covering of heaven while Michael fights for you. The pressure you feel now is like the tightening of air before a storm. The clouds have gathered, the winds are rising, but the storm is not sent to destroy you. It is sent to announce your breakthrough. Do not misinterpret the turbulence as defeat. The greater the resistance, the nearer the release. And this season, the Spirit declares, is a season of release. Yes, you will feel the storm press against you. Yes, you may even sense fear trying to creep into your chest. But within 72 hours of September 10, what attempts to confront you will collapse under its own weight. What rises against you will fall before you. What seeks to drain you will backfire, for Michael has already positioned himself to intercept the schemes. The same storm that was designed to break you will instead clear the atmosphere around you, making way for clarity, strength, and advancement. So I urge you, walk carefully. Guard your words. Guard your responses. Guard your spirit. For silence in this hour will carry more power than speech. Do not hand the enemy the reaction he longs for. Instead, let your stillness echo in the heavens, and let Michael's sword speak where your voice remains quiet. Beloved, this is not a season of retreat. It is a season of strategic waiting. The warning has been given so that you will not stumble. The time has been revealed so that you will be prepared. And the presence of Michael proves that your destiny is so valuable, heaven has chosen to guard it with divine intervention. You will not be caught unaware. You will not be left vulnerable. You will rise from this storm covered, stronger, and chosen. Type "I am ready" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 333 has now been released over your life. Beloved, hear this with all the urgency of heaven. In the days surrounding September 10, your greatest weapon will not be your words, nor your plans, nor your striving. Your greatest weapon will be silence. Your power will be found in stillness. For Archangel Michael does not require your noise. He requires your trust. And when you rest, heaven moves. When you stand still, angels advance. When you withhold reaction, heaven releases response. The Spirit is saying clearly, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is not passivity. Stillness is the sign of one who trusts that the battle belongs to the Lord. While you remain quiet, the heavens roar on your behalf. While you withhold your defense, Michael draws his sword in your defense. While you let go of the urge to fight in your own strength, heaven fights with strength beyond your comprehension. The enemy longs to provoke you, to draw you into arguments, to drain you with distractions. He wants to bait you into unnecessary conflicts, to lure you into emotional battles where your peace is robbed and your energy is scattered. But the Spirit says, do not take the bait. Hold your ground in silence. Do not prove yourself to those who never had eyes to see you. Do not justify yourself to those who have already misjudged you. Your vindication will not come from your voice. It will come from heaven's decree. Michael fights when you rest. He wars when you are still. He moves when you choose to trust. In the silence of your spirit, you will hear the whispers of heaven louder than the noise of men. In the calm of your heart, you will sense the shield of God wrapping around you. Silence, beloved, is not emptiness, it is holy strategy. It is the posture of the chosen, the position of those marked for breakthrough. So lean into prayer, but let your prayer be filled with trust more than requests. Lean into watchfulness, but do not let your watch be filled with fear. Let it be filled with expectation. Lean into the Word, for it is your anchor, your daily bread, your unshakable foundation. And above all, cloak yourself in the quiet confidence that you are not alone. You are shielded. You are covered. You are defended. Even when your body feels drained, your spirit is not abandoned. Even when your heart feels weary, your soul is not forsaken. Even when you feel invisible to the world, heaven's eyes are fixed upon you. The angels of light stand guard. Michael leads them forward, and the Spirit of the living God wraps you in eternal safety. Declare this with me now. I am shielded. I am not alone. I am covered. Say it until it sinks into your bones. Whisper it until it becomes louder than the lies of the enemy. For your silence has already triggered movement in heaven. Beloved, the command is simple. Be still. Your stillness will speak louder than your words. Your silence will cut deeper than your arguments. And your rest will call forth Michael's war in your favor. Type "I am shielded" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 888 has now been released over your life. Beloved, hear the word of the Lord through the voice of his messenger. You are no longer the drained version of yourself. You are no longer the weary soul who dragged through days with heaviness pressing on your chest. You are no longer the one who felt invisible, overlooked, and barely surviving. That chapter is closing. The oil of heaven is pouring out. The fire of God is stirring within you. A divine exchange is taking place. Weakness is being traded for strength. Tears are being exchanged for joy. Weariness is bowing down before empowerment. Archangel Michael does not simply come to defend you. He comes to ignite you. His presence in your life is not just a shield, it is a spark. And in this moment, that spark is catching flame inside of you. Can you feel it? The dullness that once weighed you down is breaking. The fog that clouded your mind is lifting. The heaviness that robbed your joy is loosening its grip. You are not standing as a victim anymore. You are rising as a vessel of light. This is not poetic language. This is prophetic reality. For the same God who declared, "Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles," is now declaring it over you. Your wings are unfolding. Your strength is renewing. You are being lifted above the valley where despair tried to bury you. The chains of exhaustion are falling away, and the mantle of empowerment is resting on your shoulders. Do not see yourself as broken anymore. See yourself as reborn. Do not see yourself as drained. See yourself as burning with fire that cannot be quenched. For inside of you is a light that the darkness cannot comprehend, cannot extinguish, and cannot overcome. You were never meant to crawl through life as one crushed by the weight of the world. You were always meant to rise, to soar, to carry divine authority that shifts atmospheres wherever you go. Your empowerment is not only for yourself. It is for those connected to your destiny. The light that is igniting within you will spread to your household, to your relationships, to your environment. The strength you are receiving is generational strength. The courage filling your heart is not temporary, it is eternal. You are stepping into a version of yourself the enemy never wanted you to see. And once you step into it, there is no going back. So rise, beloved. Rise above the voices that said you were weak. Rise above the doubt that whispered you were finished. Rise above the exhaustion that tried to make you quit. For today, Michael declares, you are chosen, you are empowered, and you are unstoppable in the strength of the Lord. This is the hour where your wings take flight, your fire burns bright, and your voice becomes a sound of victory in the earth. The drained version of you is gone. The empowered version of you is here. Heaven has declared it. Michael has confirmed it. And your spirit bears witness to it. Type I am empowered in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 1919 has now been released over your life. Beloved, now the veil is being torn back and the reason behind your exhaustion is being revealed. This weariness, this heaviness, this draining of your spirit was not meaningless. It was a sign. It was the breaking of old chains. It was the dismantling of structures that no longer belonged in your destiny. The Spirit of God is declaring, this is your unlocking. This is your turning. This is your divine unveiling. September 10 is not simply a date. It is the line heaven drew in eternity to announce the breaking of cycles and the birth of new assignments. The fatigue you carried was not because you were weak. It was because your spirit was wrestling with endings. The old season fought to cling to you, even as heaven pulled you into the new. And in the middle of that tug of war, you felt drained, as though you had nothing left to give. But now, Archangel Michael declares, the struggle was the sign of transition. Exhaustion marked the closing of chains. Weariness marked the falling away of prisons. What you thought was your defeat was actually your deliverance. And hear this clearly. Heaven knows your name. Heaven has marked you. You are not forgotten in a crowd of millions. Your cries have not vanished in silence. Every sigh, every tear, every moment when you wondered if God still saw you, all of it has been recorded. You are chosen, not by men but by God. And chosen vessels cannot remain bound. Chosen vessels cannot remain buried. Chosen vessels must rise. September 10 becomes your prophetic marker, your day of unlocking. It is the threshold to the next level. The doors that were closed are being opened. The chains that kept you bound are breaking. The assignments that were delayed are being released. The blessings that were held back are being poured out. Promotions in the spirit and even in the natural are beginning to manifest. The oil of new anointing is flowing over your head, dripping into every part of your life. Do you feel it, beloved? Can you sense it? Heaven is not simply speaking over you. Heaven is commissioning you. You are stepping into divine assignments, into territories where your presence alone will shift atmospheres. You are being trusted with blessings that will flow beyond you, touching generations to come. The light within you is rising because the world around you desperately needs it. Do not be surprised if favor begins to locate you. Do not be shocked if doors swing open that no man can shut. Do not wonder why people begin to notice you in ways they never did before. It is because heaven has placed a mark upon you, a seal that cannot be removed, a sign that you are chosen. Michael has confirmed it, and the Spirit of God has decreed it. So stand boldly, child of light. Your exhaustion was never the end. It was the sound of chains breaking. Your weariness was never weakness. It was the birth pangs of your new season. You are stepping forward not as drained, but as delivered. Not as broken, but as blessed. Not as forgotten, but as favored. Type "I am unlocked" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 2020 has now been released over your life. Beloved, you have heard the revelation, you have received the warning, and you have been wrapped in the covering of heaven. But now comes the moment that shifts everything. Activation. Revelation without activation is unfinished. Prophecy without response is incomplete. Heaven does not simply announce, heaven invites. And this is the hour where the Spirit declares, heaven waits for your yes. Destiny does not fall into your lap, it requires alignment. The portals of September 10 are not open forever. They are windows. They open an appointed time. They demand recognition, and they respond to action. This is why Michael has come so urgently. This is why your spirit has been stirred. Because the yes you give today determines the doors that swing wide tomorrow. Heaven is waiting for your agreement, for your declaration, for your faith to meet the prophecy released over your life. So I call you to rise in boldness. Speak life over yourself. Declare destiny over your future. Cancel the lie that says you are too weak, too late, or too broken. Heaven has already canceled that report. You are not small in the Spirit. You are not unseen in the kingdom. You are not forgotten among heaven's chosen. You are a vessel of power, and your words are the keys that unlock your path. Hear this truth. When you declare with faith, angels move. When you speak destiny aloud, the unseen bends to align. Your voice carries weight because it echoes the decree of heaven. Do not let silence in this moment be mistaken for surrender. Let your silence be weapon in battle, yes, but let your declarations be weapon in activation. Speak it now. I am chosen. I am rising. I am stepping into destiny. Say it again until your spirit burns with the fire of truth. The Spirit is pushing you forward. Fear has no seat in this new season. Doubt has no authority over your steps. Every chain that tried to anchor you to yesterday is snapping under the weight of heaven's word. You cannot retreat. You cannot hide. You cannot delay. This is the hour of courage, the moment of advancement, the place where your yes becomes the trigger for a future you have not yet seen. Do not think small, beloved. Your destiny is not local, it is global. Your assignment is not minor, it carries eternal weight. And this is why the battle has been so fierce. The greater the resistance, the greater the assignment. The deeper the warfare, the higher the calling. And you are one who has been chosen to carry light into places others cannot reach. Your yes will ripple through generations. So speak it boldly, even now. Heaven, I say yes. Heaven, I align. Heaven, I am ready. Let the Spirit ignite within you a courage that refuses to shrink back. Let the fire of Michael's presence burn away every doubt. Let the anointing of this hour propel you into the fullness of your calling. This is destiny activation, and you are standing at the center of it. Beloved, heaven is waiting. Angels are surrounding. Michael is guarding. The Spirit is commissioning. And all of creation leans in to hear your yes. Type ISAYYS in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 555 has now been released over your life. Beloved, there are mysteries unfolding in the unseen that your natural eyes cannot yet perceive. You have been crying, you have been praying, you have been waiting, and at times you thought nothing was happening. But hear me clearly. While you slept, while you sat in silence, while you endured the draining heaviness, a great exchange was taking place in the spirit realm. Archangel Michael and the armies of heaven were moving silently on your behalf. What was drained from you is being replenished. What was stolen is being restored. What was delayed is being released. The Spirit reveals that your stillness has not been in vain. Every time you felt powerless but chose to trust, heaven recorded it as strength. Every time you held back words when your flesh wanted to fight, heaven counted it as wisdom. Every moment you lifted your heart in silent prayer, even when no words would come, was stored like incense in the throne room of God. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been overlooked. Nothing has been forgotten. And here is the mystery. While you thought you were losing ground, you were actually gaining. While you thought your spirit was running empty, heaven was secretly pouring into you. The restless nights, the sudden bursts of unease, the heaviness in your chest, these were not signs of defeat. They were indicators that transactions were taking place in the unseen. Heaven was trading your weariness for strength, your sorrow for joy, your fear for courage. Michael has been at work in silence. Battles you never saw were fought and won on your behalf. Demonic schemes that never reached your doorstep were destroyed before they could form. Snares set in secret were shattered before they could catch you. The very things that could have crushed you were intercepted in realms your eyes cannot access. This is why your spirit felt so heavy, because it was sensing the weight of warfare happening around you. But let me declare this over you. The victory is already yours. Child of destiny, the Spirit wants you to understand that nothing has been lost. Even the moments you thought were wasted, even the energy you thought was drained beyond return, even the opportunities you thought slipped away, all of it is being divinely restored. Heaven wastes nothing. Your cries have been bottled, your prayers have been written, your faith has been recorded, and the exchange has already been made in your favor. The restlessness you felt recently is not chaos. It is confirmation. Your spirit already knows what your mind has not yet grasped. It senses the breakthrough. It feels the shift. It perceives the change. That stirring within you is the echo of the silent exchange that has already taken place. You are stepping into a season where what drained you will no longer define you. Instead, the strength, clarity, and favor released from heaven will now sustain you. So walk with confidence, beloved. Do not doubt what you cannot see. Do not question what you cannot explain. The unseen is more real than the seen, and heaven has been working silently to ensure you rise. The silent exchange has already shifted your future. The enemy has already lost his grip, and you, chosen one, are about to see with your eyes what your spirit already knows. Type "I am restored" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 1010 has now been released over your life. Beloved, hear this with trembling awe. The God of justice has arisen, and the scales are being balanced on your behalf. What the enemy plotted in secret will not go unanswered. What was spoken against you in whispers will not remain hidden. What was designed to drain you, delay you, and destroy you will now return upon the heads of those who set it in motion. Heaven's decree is clear. Justice is being released, and reversal is being enforced. The Spirit declares that what was meant for evil will be turned for your good. The betrayals that cut you deeply will birth blessings you could not have received any other way. The rejection you endured will make room for divine redirection. The very schemes that were designed to bring you down will become stepping stones to lift you higher. Michael, heaven's enforcer, is already executing this reversal. His sword does not miss, and his justice does not fail. Beloved, understand this. The delays you faced were not denials. They were divine setups. While you thought you were being overlooked, heaven was preparing a table before you in the presence of your enemies. While you thought you were being stripped of opportunities, heaven was stripping away counterfeits to make room for the authentic. The silence of heaven was not abandonment, it was alignment. And now the alignment has matured into action. Every force that rose against you is being scattered. Every word curse spoken against you is being broken. Every false narrative whispered about you is dissolving in the fire of divine truth. And more than that, it is not only being broken, it is being reversed. For the same mouths that doubted you will have to witness your elevation. The same eyes that overlooked you will be forced to see your light. The same hands that worked against you will not be able to stop what God is now releasing in your favor. Michael stands as the executor of this reversal. His flaming sword carves through the plots of the enemy. His presence guarantees that justice is not delayed any longer. The gavel has struck in heaven's courtroom, and the verdict is for you, not against you. You are declared innocent. You are declared chosen. You are declared victorious. What was lost will be returned. What was stolen will be restored sevenfold. What was broken will be rebuilt with greater glory. Child of light, this is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your reversal. You will see the very areas of your pain become places of your testimony. You will watch as the ashes of your past become the foundation of your rising. You will step into blessings so profound that those who doubted you will have no choice but to say, "Surely, the hand of the Lord was upon them." Lift your head, beloved. You do not serve a God who forgets. You do not serve a God who abandons. You serve a God who restores, who reverses, who redeems. And today, His Spirit announces through Michael, justice has arrived, reversal is here, and your story is shifting in your favor. Type divine justice in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 2323 has now been released over your life. Beloved, as this word comes to a close, let the truth settle deep into your spirit. Archangel Michael has chosen you. This is not random. This is not coincidence. This is not an accident. September 10 is not just another day on the calendar. It is your divine marker, your heavenly reminder that you have been seen, that you have been heard, and that you have been sealed. Heaven has declared this date as your turning point. The weariness that weighed you down is being lifted. The chains that bound you are broken. The silence that surrounded you has been pierced by the roar of heaven. You are covered. You are chosen. You are rising. No longer will you walk in the identity of the drained and the weary. No longer will you shrink under the weight of confusion. No longer will you feel abandoned in the shadows. Michael has stood for you. The Spirit of God has spoken over you. The decree of heaven has sealed you. You are not just surviving. You are advancing. You are not just enduring. You are overcoming. Lift your heart in this moment. Feel the weight of His presence. The protection of heaven rests upon your shoulders. The favor of God surrounds you like a shield. The blessing of the Lord is breaking forth like dawn. You are sealed, you are seen, and you are sent. This season is not your end. It is your launching. This moment is not your limit. It is your beginning. Receive this blessing now. May your nights be filled with peace. May your days overflow with strength. May your steps be ordered by the Lord, and may your destiny unfold without delay. May Michael's sword cut away every obstacle. May heaven's army surround you, and may the Spirit of God guide you with clarity and boldness. You are not abandoned. You are not forsaken, and you are not forgotten. You are chosen. So go forth with courage. Walk with confidence. Live with conviction. For this is your time, your season, your turning point. Heaven has said it, Michael has confirmed it, and your spirit bears witness. You are covered, chosen, and rising. Type I am sealed in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 777 has now been released over your life.